I imagine at this point, everybody in the fishing community has heard of the walleye cheaters, Jake Runyan and Chase Cominsky. If you haven't, back on September 30th, these two guys were caught adding weights to walleyes in tournament. They added like 8 pounds of lead weights and a couple fish fillets. And when they were weighing their fish in, everyone got suspicious when they had this massive, unrealistic weight in their bag. So the tournament director cut the fish open and boom, full of lead weights and some fish fillets. People lost their minds. I'm surprised these two guys didn't get beat up, honestly. I mean, you got a bunch of guys probably drinking a little bit on the boats. I'm surprised they didn't get mugged. But they didn't. And the tournament director, calmed the crowd down. Whatever. Cops were there. They talked to him, probably did the reports. And the prize was something like $29,000. So that's a lot of money that you're talking about when all of these guys were there trying to catch fish, honest way. And from what I understand, these guys, even if they didn't cheat with the weights, they still would have won because they did catch some nice walleyes, and they still would have won the tournament regardless of cheating. But they did, and they got caught, which is good because these guys have apparently been suspected of cheating for many, many years. Nobody could ever prove it, but they did one time fail a polygraph test, I believe, and they were stripped of the winnings from that tournament. But this is the first time they've been caught red-handed with proof, evidence in hand. Fast forward to a couple days ago, these guys were charged and arrested with a bunch of fifth-degree felonies. They were for cheating, grand theft, attempted grand theft, possession of criminal tools, and unlawful ownership of wild animals. And they're all fifth-degree felonies. Actually, the wild animals one I don't think is a fifth-degree felony, but it doesn't matter. They're all felonies regardless. The wild animal one, that was interesting. I'm curious to see what comes of that because it makes you wonder, like, what's the possession of wild animals? Did they have backyard pools and ponds where they were raising walleyes and bringing them to the tournaments? I mean, who knows? So I'm really interested in that one. And they also seized the boat that was used in the tournament as evidence. And I saw some video of that. It was like a SWAT style raid. They had rifles, fully armed, when they snagged that stupid thing. So that was pretty cool. It wasn't the boat they won in a tournament last year, which people thought it may have been. They actually sold that boat. So I imagine, at this point, after they just got arrested for this scandal, you got to think, like, are their sponsors and everything they won, are they going to have to pay all that back? I mean, because you really can't prove that they're cheating all along unless they admit it at this point. I imagine they probably have a pretty good lawyer who's being like, hey, shut up, which a good lawyer would tell them to do. But I imagine it'd probably be pretty hard to prove they're cheating in the past. They probably were, but, without being caught, you really can't, prove it at that point. And these two guys, they can get to 3 years for all of those felonies. I would imagine they're probably going to lose their fishing and hunting licenses for quite a long period of time, hopefully for good at that point. I mean, come on. You can't cheat like that and expect to, without serious consequences. But, I mean, who knows? Crazier things happen in this world. I'm sure at some point, their moms are going to come out and be like, oh, my boys are good boys. They've never done this before. They were just tempted. No, Karen, they're not good boys. And they've probably been doing it their whole lives. They probably learned it from relatives, honestly. But no, Karen, they're not good boys. They got caught cheating, and now they're going to go to prison. Hopefully. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I'm really curious to see how this is going to play out. Hopefully it's televised when they start going to court. I mean, this is a pretty big thing. I mean, even I've seen the New York Times and like NPR have running stories on this thing. I mean, who would have thought that two guys cheating at a walleye tournament would bring national news coverage? I mean, it's literally everywhere you look, and which is kind of neat, I guess, I mean, not neat. I don't know. It's bad publicity for the fishing community, but it's kind of cool in a way that it's being covered like a massive news story. I don't know. I mean, I'm just rambling at this point. Hopefully these guys get the book thrown at them. Hopefully they do go to jail. Because, I mean, all these tournaments they probably cheated in. I mean, there could have been people that were depending on these tournaments for their livelihood. I mean, who knows? Of the ripple effect of them cheating, how that could have affected other people. I don't know. I just hope that the court trial or something is all televised because I think that'd be really interesting to watch. I mean, they shoved Johnny Depp and what's-her-face down our throats for how many months? I think this was more fascinating, you know, honestly, because I'm a fisherman. I think that I would love to see that on TV and be able to watch that, but probably not. But anyway, thanks for watching this quick and down dirty video about the walleye cheaters. If I missed anything, leave in the comments. I'm going to try to stay on top of this a little bit. I haven't really up until this point, other than, you know, what everyone else has seen. But when good updates come through, good juicy updates, I'll try to make a video on that. But anyway, thanks for watching. Like the video, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you.